as a newly formed congregation in this brand new opportunity to develop a new facility, what kinds of ministries from your past did you want to continue? And what kinds of ministries did you anticipate beginning as a result of being in a new and modern facility?
Definitely want to bring forward our Sunday schools. Most of us participated in Sunday school in the past, and certainly want to continue Sunday school for children and adults in a new facility.
Okay. So there had always been this Christian education program.
Correct.
In all of the congregations.
Yes.
The same idea. I would like to see our smaller choir going to a bigger choir and having this fantastic choir, because I love singing, and the singing is part of the church worship.
So the music program in
Yes.
all three congregations has been carried forward, and we'd certainly like to see an opportunity to expand that. Yeah.
I would like to see the children's choir brought back, because we don't have a children's choir now.
Okay.
And it would be nice to have the small children take part.
In something called Freebie Fridays.
Correct.
So the church has always had a very strong mission and ministry to the poor in the region, and so rather than using I'll put rummage in quotes as a fundraising exercise for the church. You folks always made an effort to get gently used clothes into the hands that could use them.
Pay it forward.
Pay it forward.
Give a gift to others. We participate, as you said, as a merged church in many community outreach and mission. We and not just community, but worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them that we do is we provide books at the Family Counseling Center for people that come there. That comes from this church to go out. And I think when you're saying a new facility, what are we looking to do in that new facility is to provide more for the community in whatever form we can, whether it be clothing, whether it be the food pantry that we have, to anyone in need, and this community is one in need.
The Easter dinner. So often people use that as an occasion for a fundraiser. What did you folks do?
Well, we started it in Gloversville, I believe, and it continued until we got here.
But
it was free.
I'm just going to say,
It was free.
tell us a little bit about what the intent was and
It was
what happened.
to feed the hungry.
Yeah.
It was free, as is the Thanksgiving dinner that we do with the Council of Churches of the area.
Yeah.
Other churches in the area, we do a free Thanksgiving. What we did as an individual church was do a free ham dinner at Easter time, and it was to those in need.
Yeah.
Feed the hungry.
And those who couldn't get out, like the shut-ins, because I remember delivering some of these meals
Right.
to people that can't
Yeah.
come.
Yeah, I remember something like 500 meals.
Correct. That's
Going
what
out
it was.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's a reward for yourself doing this. You feel like you're serving and helping.
Sure. I'm asking you again, turn that clock back, but before we ended up with things coming to a crashing halt, as you were leading up to it, and even in that groundbreaking, what kinds of emotions do you think you and others were? Huh?
I have one.
Good.
When I left the Johnstown United Methodist Church, as we all walked out for our last service, I felt like I was going to a funeral. Like I had just lost my best friend. So we even had a police escort, and we came to Gloversville, and I wanted to cry, but I didn't, because I'm driving. And we came around the corner here, and as we're coming around the corner, I'm thinking, there's the church. There was this gentleman standing out in front who was the minister of Fremont. And he had his arms like this, and he had white robe on with the big long sleeves. And my first instinct was, I'm going to be all right. Everybody behind me is going to be all right. There's the angel. He was telling me everything. He looked like an angel being there. And so it calmed me right down, and I knew I was ready.
You had this sense of welcoming
Yes.
as a
'Cause he was
newly
smiling,
merged
too.
congregation. Yeah. Okay.
But back to your question of what did we anticipate? What were we looking forward to? What was our idea? We wanted to start out as a merged church. We'd brought a lot of people together. But the overall intent was to expand. Yes, bring in other people, but become a community church for United Methodists, anyone else who wishes to worship with us. And I think we were hoping to be in a central location, be visible to people as visitors, as strangers, as a place to be. And I think that was part of our vision, our hope.
Tell me a little bit about what your thoughts might be in terms of how the Foothills Church could act as a coordinator for satellite churches to have input from them, but also support their ministries in some of the outlying areas.
I think we could work with a lot of the other denominations in our community and make us a more welcoming group of people for the community to help the homeless, the ones that need guidance.
Okay.
We could work together as all the churches.
So even as a coordinator for other area Methodist churches, then working in hand with
Right.
other community churches to extend ministry and mission to the poor, to the hungry. And there's a lot of that in the Fulton County area of New York.
But when you put it the way you did with the outlying smaller churches,
Yeah.
we think of possibly being the hub. Is that what it's called? The center of the wheel.
Could be, yeah.
You know, and with all the spokes that come out, you all have to be together to work together to go around. And what a thought if we could be a central location, assist them where they're needed, share many of our activities. Many of the churches are smaller. They do not have the women's groups. We could combine the women's groups with others, men's groups. Any of those, I think, could be an idea of what we could do if we became a center community church.
Even shared Christian education resources, youth programming, worship resources,
Yes.
and the like. Right?
Yeah.
We have an adult coloring class. I'm not in this class, but I've been told it's quite large, but it's not just our church. They meet here, but they're from other denominations. They come together for fellowship and do adult coloring.
Yeah.
And everybody loves to color.
And it's, Methodist is just a brand. It's not that we're trying to be exclusive, but much rather inclusive.
Correct.